Hello everyone! If you're tired of seeing the best RTS games always being old classics with outdated graphics, this list is for you. Here are the top 15 new RTS games released after 2020, packed with modern visuals and gameplay that will satisfy both your brain and your eyes. Let's get into it! Cepheus Protocol isn't just a regular RTS. It combines classic real-time strategy with third-person shooter elements. You command the CERG, Center for Epidemic Research and Control, building bases and managing units from above, but you can also directly control a special operator hero in third-person mode to fight infected swarms or complete objectives yourself. This hybrid gameplay lets you switch between strategic planning and hands-on combat. Your goal is to contain the deadly Pangu virus outbreak by hunting Patient Zero, battling hordes of infected, managing quarantines, and making tough decisions to save the Bay Area from total collapse. Terminator Dark Fate Defiance is a real-time strategy game set in the Dark Fate universe, where you lead the founders' remnants of the US military against Legion's machine work. In the single-player campaign, guide your army across large, strategic maps, making decisions on unit placement, tactics, and abilities to stop humanity's extinction. Skirmish and multiplayer modes lets you play as 3 distinct factions: Founders, Movement, and Legion. Carry your army from mission to mission, refine your strategies, and improve your results as you fight to become the leader of the Resistance and ensure humanity's survival. Stormgate is a classic RTS in early access that blends the feel of StarCraft and Warcraft with new ideas. Made by ex-Blizzard devs, it offers intense PvP with creep camps adding strategic depth and varied mid-map fights. 3 factions provide distinct playstyles: the Human Vanguard with veterancy and micro-heavy tactics, the aggressive Infernal Host with swarm strategies, and the complex Celestial Armada. While the campaign is short and only features the Vanguard so far, the 3 vs AI co-op mode offers a gentler learning curve. Stormgate feels familiar yet fresh, promising an evolving RTS experience despite its early rough edges. Sins of Solar Empire 2 is a real-time 4X strategy game that builds on the original with improved graphics and deeper faction mechanics. It offers massive space battle, unique sub-factions, smart fleet management, and rewarding strategic choices for veteran players. Though its launch feels unfinished with bugs and a steep learning curve, the core gameplay remains rich and engaging. With plain updates and more polish, it promises to become an even better experience for anyone eager to conquer the stars and shape their own galactic empire.
And we did not stop.
Cataclismo is a city-building survival game with real-time strategy elements where you build walls and defenses brick by brick to hold off nightly hordes. It's not a classic base versus base RTS, but includes real-time gameplay, resource management, and unit control that require careful planning and tactical decision. Players must adapt to terrain, manage limited resources, and design effective fortifications to survive. Sandbox, skirmish, and endless modes add replayability and creative freedom. While its focus is on defense building, its strategic depth and real-time decision-making make it a great addition for RTS fans seeking a fresh, thoughtful challenge. Age of Darkness Final Stand is a horde defense RTS inspired by They Are Billions, where you build up a settlement, prepare intricate defenses, and survive wave after wave of monstrous enemies. While its ghostly enemy design is visually striking, the lack of variety and interesting mechanics makes late-game battles feel repetitive. On the bright side, The three factions and their unique hero units add strategic variety, and the campaign, though narratively simple, is surprisingly enjoyable. It may not fully realize its potential, but if you're after a challenging single-player RTS with a dark fantasy theme, this is still worth a look. WARNO is a real-time tactics or strategy game from Eugen Systems, the studio behind Wargame. Set in an alternate Cold War gun hut, it mixes turn-based strategic map movement with highly detailed real-time battles where line of sight, terrain, and unit positioning matter deeply. It's not a casual base builder RTS, it's for players who want realistic, hardcore military tactics. NATO and Warsaw Pact forces play differently, and there's army general campaigns, skirmish, 1v1, 10v10 multiplayer, and mod support. If you love thoughtful, simulations-heavy RTS battles with modern military units, WARNO might be exactly what you're looking for.
Got it, right up. Get in formation.
Diplomacy is not an option. It's a single-player RTS that blends base building, resource management, and large-scale battles in a medieval fantasy setting. You're a lord fending off relentless waves of revolting peasants, building fortifications, training armies, and using magic crystals to summon allies. Modes include campaign, challenge, endless, and sandbox for varied difficulty and customization. It mixes classic RTS mechanics with humor and a grimly comedic story. If you want a city-building RTS with horde defense gameplay and plenty of personality, even for newcomers to the genre, it's a solid take worth checking out. Gates of Hell Ostfront is a hardcore World War II real-time tactics or strategy game in the Man of War tradition. It offers classic single-player campaign, skirmish maps, dynamic conquest, and co-op modes with ultra-detailed damage modeling, direct control, and brutal battles. While the single-player can feel linear or grindy with tough stealth missions, co-op shines for tactical teamwork. Despite a dated formula in places, it's still one of the most realistic squad-based World War II RTS experience around, especially if you want to command tanks and infantry in gritty, explosive real-time battles with friends. Best enjoy in co-op for maximum fun. Iron Harvest is a dieselpunk RTS set in an alternate 1920s Europe full of giant, clunky mechs and dramatic battles. Its single-player campaign shines with classic Warcraft 3 style structure, cinematic cutscenes, and missions that combine base building, memorable heroes, and destructible environments. Though the unit balance leans on rock-paper-scissors simplicity, infantry can switch roles by picking up enemy weapons and heroes have useful abilities. It's less about micro-heavy battles and more about big set pieces and story, with 20+ hours of content across 3 unique factions. For anyone who misses old-school narrative-driven RTS campaigns, Iron Harvest is a nostalgic, atmospheric treat.
Ready!
Company of Heroes 3 is a World War II real-time strategy game focused on scouting, suppressing, flanking, and finishing enemies in small unit battles. 2 years after its buggy 2023 launch, it's been vastly improved. Better graphics, sound, AI, and reworked Italian grand strategy campaign that's now the highlights. Explosion and unique detail impress, but the desert campaign feels flat and fails to use the cover system well. While it doesn't innovate much, it delivers classic, satisfying Company of Heroes gameplay. Recommended for series fans, especially on sale, but don't expect anything groundbreaking or a truly fresh experience.
A victory point has fallen into enemy control.
Próstagma.
Age of Mythology Retold is a modern real-time strategy game that reimagines Ensemble's 2002 classic. It refreshes visuals, UI, and pathfinding while keeping the core mix of mythological beasts, heroes, and classic rock-paper-scissors unit counters. God powers now work on cooldowns, adding tactical timing. Naval and land battles remain satisfying, though voice acting and character art lack charm. Despite minor missteps, Retold delivers a relaxing, engaging RTS experience that respects the original while updating its feel. It's not radically innovative, but for genre fans, it's a solid, nostalgic revival worth playing, especially in a market starved for good RTS.
Construction complete. Constructing.
Tempest Rising is a classic-style real-time strategy game clearly inspired by Command and Conquer. Its single-player campaigns deliver polished base building, resource harvesting, and explosive battles with nods to the CNC formula. The campaigns are solid, with fun units that have special abilities like GDF's powerful trebuchet tanks or Dynasty's repairing scrap truck. But the story feels flat without a strong villain, and the cutscenes aren't great. Missions are fun but familiar without many surprises. Even so, Tempest Rising is a good choice for RTS fans who want a classic feel with fast action, good controls, and plenty of strategy to enjoy.
Base is under attack.
Broken Arrow is a modern-day real-time strategy game that stands out in 2025. It offers deep strategy with tons of unit customization, letting you choose weapons, armor, and special abilities. The campaign is long and fun, with missions full of variety. Combat is realistic with suppression, damage to vehicle parts, and supply lines to manage. The graphics are excellent but demanding. Multiplayer is big, but lacks 1v1 match or simple AI skirmishes for now. Despite these issues, it's one of the best RTS game of the year, especially for fans of modern military battles and deep tactical planning. Age of Empires 4. This game has everything we want in a classic base building RTS. That's my reason for putting it at number 1. You might agree or not, but it's still a great game. It has the classic RTS formula we all love: gathering resources, building strong defenses, managing your economy, and commanding huge armies, but with much improved graphics that make every battle look epic. The campaigns are long and full of historical flavor, the factions play differently enough to keep things interesting, and even with a few flaws, Age of Empires 4 delivers that satisfying old-school feel without being outdated. It's polished, engaging, and a true celebration of what makes RTS games fun. Before we wrap up the list, here are some honorable mentions I still want to highlight.
Well, what shall we talk?
First, we have Command & Conquer Remastered Collection. Well, it was released on 2020, but you all know it's a remaster of those legendary old-school RTS games. The good news? It modernized the classic formula with sharp 4K graphics, improved UI, and remastered music while keeping the original gameplay intact. It's pure nostalgic fun that feels polished and respectful of its roots. Then we have Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. This edition released in 2019, but its origins also come from an old but gold RTS that no game can ever replace. This edition keeps the timeless strategy intact while adding 4K graphics, smoother controls, new civilizations, and expansions, making it the best way to enjoy one of the greatest strategy games ever made. And last but not least, a true love letter to classic RTS fans, Beyond All Reason. is free, community-driven, and packed with massive scale battles and endless unit variety. It brings the spirit of total annihilation into the modern era with beautiful visuals, smart AI, and huge maps, making it perfect for anyone craving deep, large-scale strategy without spending a dime.